maybe it was Safari. Was her name Safari? And she was sitting there praying. She was
You better be quiet for the Lord direct me to.
she was sitting there praying and cussing, and the girl was sitting in the corner just crying. And
I'll put her some lip tap.
I was like, who's she praying to?
Check it. Listen to the B-side. Everybody just lay on.
Hey, what's up? I'm Cobbs.
I'm Imani.
I'm Alexis Rose.
I'm Lex.
And you're tuned in to the B-side, episode 2. Hey,
episode 2.
So what is the B-side?
So the B-side, well, when you think about the A-side is more of like the commercial music that the record company usually wants you to put out. And the B-side is more of what some consider the less important music. And, you know, to some, the B-side is more of what the fans want to hear. And that's what we chose to embrace here on the B-side. It's stuff that the fans want to hear. We want to talk about some of the raw and uncut things that most people may not hear or may not know. So that's what this B-side is all about.
Well said. On today's episode, we're going to talk about reality television. But before we get into the reality TV portion, let's get into this B-list. And basically what the B-list is whatever we're feeling at the moment right now. Basically, you know, I've had my share of, like, you know, streaming services, and I went from, you know, using Pandora, which I didn't really like, from that to Spotify, which I thought was very revolutionary because it allowed you to, like, you know, play music on demand, and you can play whatever you want to play whenever you want to play it. And then from that, you went to Apple Music, and now I'm on Tidal, guys. It's very expensive, but I will say it's worth the buck. I feel like Tidal embraces, you know, natural. It embraces the natural sounds of the music, basically. It doesn't compress the files and stuff like that. We're learning about, like, MP3s, and the MP3 format is really, like, it's a smaller format. So during that compression state, you lose a lot of the quality of the music. And Tidal, they're using FLAC, and it's like a compression. It's a lossless compression, and when in doing that process, you don't lose the quality of the music, and, like, you're hearing it the way that, you know, the engineer who mixed and mastered it intended for you to hear it. And that's something I can appreciate as a music lover. So I mean, it's like I'm paying somewhat, like, I think I'm paying like $10, but it's $19, but they have a student discount. I'm paying like $10 a month, but it's well worth it because, like, I was listening to the TLC record, the first record they had. What was it? Not the first record, but the Crazy Sexy Cool, that one. I was listening to that one, and, like, when you can compare and listen to, like, how it sounds on iTunes and Apple Music, and it sounds totally clearer on Tidal. So that's what I'm feeling right now. I definitely recommend everybody give it a chance. You know, it's expensive. Plus, I feel like if Beyonce drops a new album, it's definitely going to be dropped on Tidal. It will not be dropped anywhere else. So you might as well just get with the movement now. That's what I'm feeling right now. What about you, Alexis?
Well, I'm on this BET Honors hype. I was really feeling the BET Honors this year. The opening with Toni Braxton, the LA Reid tribute with Usher. Like, can Usher just sing to me like that all the time? Please. But it was so good. He covered everybody LA Reid worked with, from Meghan Trainor to Rihanna to Ciara. Like, he's worked with so many people, and just the impact he's had on the industry. So I'm really feeling the BET Honors right now.
Go home and watch that for sure.
Please do. What's up, Lex?
I'm really late. I'm feeling Rihanna's work. Like, when I first heard it, I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then everybody, you know, I was hearing on Snapchat, on Instagram, it was everywhere. And then I'm just now starting to be like, oh, I like this. But what I really, really like, I got a thing for Drake. I know we discussed this.
You had a moment.
I love Drake. So I'll, like, not even trip off of, like, the first verse. The first two verses, not really. And then when Drake come in, I just start, like, it's a groove that I get that I did not have at first. I just love Drake. I love how he sounds. I love his features. I love his albums. I just love him. So maybe I'm on a Drake hype right now, but I will, like, replay the song, or I'll go to Drake's part and then have his part run, and then go back to the beginning and then start over, like, just the beginning of Drake's part. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
I will say his part is probably the best part on the song, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It's the most memorable part to me.
Yeah.
Like if I don't know no other words, I know Drake part.
Right.
What are you feeling right now?
But what I'm feeling right now is this whole like Black Power movement going on right now. I would say a lot of music artists like Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce in her Formation video are making statements within the Black community. That's just helping us, you know, stay empowered as a culture. You know, a lot of Black people are starting to, or Black women, should I say, are starting to go natural, and a lot of us are starting to learn more about our history and just really embracing our Black culture within music, within, you know, any part of our artistry. And I really love that right now, you know, like, because it was a lot of times where we didn't know our history, our whole history was lost to us, and now we're getting back to it. And so I'm really feeling it.
That's dope. I agree. I think the Beyonce Formation video is really dope.
Right.
I liked how she incorporated a lot of, cause still her, but then, you know, incorporating that message in there, which is really, really dope. What you guys think of the video?
I mean, not even on the Formation video alone, but like the Super Bowl performance being
That
like
too.
Right,
the,
the Black,
you know, the
from the Black
anniversary.
Panthers and like them, you know, not embracing, what's the word? Like, I guess, noting the fact of police brutality, bringing light to police brutality and, you know, other things with going on within the Black community that we've dealt with, not just recently, but, you know, from the past as well.
Yeah, it always feels good, or it's good to see people who are so influential, like, use that to, you know, speak about things that really matter. Like how Chris Brown was on Instagram. I know some people was like, man, Chris Brown ain't the reason why people was out there protesting and stuff. But I mean, who knows? Like, he used his platform and he got the message out, and people either responded to that or they responded, period. And, you know, it to some, it may have been like a riot or a ruckus or thugs or whatever you want to call it. But to others, it's like, no, we were finally, you know, making a stand, doing something about how we feel about what's happening in the society today. So I always just appreciate that when artists or influential people actually use the platform that they have for something positive more than just for music, you know.
That's what's up. So reality television,
Yes,
this is something that I feel like we
it.
all fall victim to. I feel like we all watch it. Now, is there anything wrong with reality television? I know that, you know, there's some good shows. There's different type of reality TV shows. You have the like American Idols and The Voices and the America's Next Top Models, you know, the competition type shows. And then you have the shows that are a little bit more about like lifestyle living. I really wouldn't consider the Housewife franchises are a little bit more, you know, they're drama filled, but I wouldn't say they're on the same level as like the Love and Hip Hops. Like it's a clear, it's like.
And then there's also the family ones too, where it's like embracing or showing how certain families live. Yeah. You know, so we get to see the dynamic of certain celebrity families. And just celebrities in general, like you have the Mary show, Tamar and Vince, the Braxtons. So is reality TV, is it something that is kind of like, it's everywhere? Everybody has a reality TV show. Is it a bad thing? It can be, I think. What ways? Some stuff is like, well, for one, watch your kids, okay? Your kids don't need to, if your kid is like under 15 or 16, I don't think they need to be watching, even though, you know, I probably was, but, you know, now that I'm older, I realize that your kids don't need to be watching everything. Like, they don't need to see, because a lot of stuff is talking about sexual things or, you know, a lot of cussing, and then you see a lot of women on here fighting, and then you see a lot of just everything is not a good influence. And, you know, if you don't have a mature enough mind to just look at it as entertainment, then you don't need to be watching it, because you don't want your kids out here thinking it's okay for a man to treat them some type of certain way, or a woman to present themselves in a certain way, you know. So I just say that you need to be mature enough to watch certain shows. And then there's other shows like It's a Man's World with Tamala Mann and David Mann. They're just family shows, you know, like stuff like that is, I would say, any show. But like Love and Hip Hop, your little kids don't need to be watching that. They don't need to know who Jocelyn is and what she does. Like, I'm Jocelyn sorry. Hernandez, you know, she funny and all of that, and she is who she is, but that's when it can become a problem. I think that's when it can influence you to, like, maybe you want to be a stripper one day now because you've been watching it, or maybe you want to have a whole bunch of sidelines, or maybe you want to just grow up and think that this is the only way to live life is just to get on a reality show and make money for doing crazy stuff and fighting and feeling like you need to drag somebody or somebody shaking the table, like K. Michelle said.
Okay, now back to that shaking the table.
You just got to have a mature mind to grasp everything and realize this stuff is not real, all of it, you know.
I definitely can agree with that. What do you think, Alexis?
I think it's a balance, but definitely like guidelines need to be set. I know growing up, I don't think those reality shows really existed back in the day. Like the Love and Hip Hops, the Housewives, like it was the America's Next Top Model or the Run's
That's
House.
true.
You know what
Or
I mean?
American Idol.
Yeah, or American Idol. So I think as time has progressed, things have kind of shifted to more drama and ratings and what's going to get the most views and what's going to pop in pop culture, you know?
So to ask you another question, what do you think is the one show that did that? What do you think is the show that started that? Like,
For the drama field.
yeah, like there had to have been a show that, you know, happened and then it popped, and then from there everything kind of just that shift had to, like. So what do you think is a show that?
Oh, no.
I think it was those VH1 franchises, you know, the For the Love, Ray J, or Flavor Flav, and New York.
Bret Michaels had a show.
Yeah, I think all those shows kind of like.
Tequila had a show too.
Yeah.
That one was
Bobby and Whitney, they had
yeah.
a show, and that show was hilarious. But that was like one of the first family reality Keisha Cole and her family show, that had a lot of drama in it. Stuff people wanted to see drama in the family, like they wanted to see fights. I feel like
and
those
all
were
of
like
real life issues, so like where you could still learn lessons. You know what I mean?
Keisha Cole's family is definitely a family that I don't know. I didn't see myself in them, but I mean, you can kind of tell. Like when you watch the Braxtons, it kind of just seems like
that remind me of my family.
But does it seem real to you? Like it doesn't.
I don't have those issues.
Yeah, they're all famous. I mean, in a sense, they're all famous. I don't have those issues.
What seems real is their fights. Like when they really beefing with each other, that seems real.
But in contrast to Keisha Cole, like I just feel like the cameras was really just following her around Oakland, and just like I mean, it's that type of. I just feel like it was that type of reality show where like I can relate to this. Like that may not be my family, but I can
all know somebody.
I can feel I can feel we all know somebody who's like that. But,
yeah,
you know what I mean. So
I definitely think. I don't know. I feel like the reality show has kind of lost their grit in a sense where they don't. Real life stuff doesn't matter anymore as long as you get ratings. Like, who cares if Ray J has a new wife who's princess? Like, you know, it's for ratings, you know. So that's what I think. What you think?
As far as reality TV like being a bad or a good thing, I agree with what you guys are saying. It all depends on what lens you're watching it through. You know, like if you realize that this is just entertainment, then by all means, it's great. It's great entertainment. But if you're looking for, or if you're someone who doesn't feel like in your life, like you have someone who you can look up to, or you have a role model, or you have like your favorite, I don't know, celebrity is like Jocelyn Hernandez, or, you know, anybody, not to say that, you know, she's terrible, but I'm just saying like anyone from, you know, a reality television show. If these people are your role models, then it's just like, okay, like you have to look at it through a different lens. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that there's anything wrong with them, but I'm just like, if you're looking at it because you're striving to be like someone, or you're striving to have this life, then there's some type of, you know, based on what they're showing, there's some type of, I guess, you got to rethink about that, I think. That's true. But as far as if you're just, like I said, if you're just looking at it for entertainment, it's fine. I feel like it's positive in a sense that, you know, it gives people, or for example, Love and Hip Hop, it gives, you know, some artists that may not have had their music out in a long time, or they haven't, you know, done anything, or maybe they have put music out, but we're unaware of it because for whatever, I don't know, for whatever reason it's not played on the radio or whatever. It gives them a platform, you know, for us to see, like, I'm still relevant. Like, for example, Joe Budden on Love and Hip Hop. Now, me and my friends, we knew that Joe Budden was still around. Like, we was listening to his mixtapes and all that stuff. And everybody was like, who is Joe Budden? Like, Pump It Up Joe Budden. Like, he got way more songs than that. And if you really listen to him, like, he's like a real, like, legit rapper. Like, he's very conscious. So, like, I hecka liked him. But everybody else around me was like, he ain't had a hit song or he ain't had nothing since Pump It Up. And I'm just like, no, that's not true. But, you know, it brought up that conversation to where it's like, oh, he got new music out? Like, I see him on Love and Hip Hop. Okay, let me go check out his music. So in that sense, it's like, you know, it brings supporters back to the artists who, you know, they may not have had because they didn't know that they had any music out and stuff like that. So
I feel like that's always the dream, though, but I don't feel like that happens. Like, I know for me, like, speaking of Joe Budden, I never once... that never connected in my brain. Like, you know, he's on Love and Hip Hop. Let me go listen to his music. I feel like Mona Scott is a pimp, and Charlamagne says that all the time. I feel like she's a pimp, and she literally sells these dreams to these people. Like, okay, this is an outlet. It's called Love and Hip Hop. We're gonna showcase. You know,
it probably started off like that.
I mean,
she probably
maybe
started
it did.
off.
Maybe that was the intention behind it. But I mean, I feel like, you know, I feel like that's what the dream is. You know, we're gonna showcase your the women in your life, and we're also gonna showcase, you know, you in the studio and you producing this or that, and then you having a show. But I just don't feel like it ever really, for anybody, I don't feel like that ever really happened, with the exception of maybe like one or two.
Yeah, like K. Michelle, I would say she for sure got her music and stuff out there after her being on Love and Hip Hop. Stevie J too kind of got like back in the game with Bad Boys and all of that stuff. You know, after this
Took a minute, though.
It did take a minute because he was, you know, but who else?
I mean, I think it's about conscious movements. Like, I feel like K. Michelle took the right moves to make sure her music popped. You know what I mean? She left one Love and Hip Hop, went to another one, had her own reality show. Like, in those senses, she was making moves for you to follow her.
Right.
I feel like if you stay on that same platform and you wait for your music to pop or wait for your opportunity, it's not gonna happen. People done got lost in your love life. Like,
yeah, like Amina.
Right.
Amina, you know, Amina's probably one of the most talented people that's ever been on Love and Hip Hop.
I would say in the entire franchise. Like,
I mean, that's arguable. But I would say she's definitely up there. You know, because I feel like K. Michelle's pretty talented too.
But I mean, okay, go ahead.
But my whole point is, you know, we can go back and forth about who's the most talented person. But my whole point is, we don't really, like, if we could just be real, we don't really care about your music. We want to know what's going on, how Tara get pregnant, then you get an abortion, then what's the name, Lil Peter. We like, why you still with Peter, you know, and then you besties with his oldest daughter, and it's just like, we really don't really care about your music. We just want to know what's going on with this. Are you gonna get pregnant again? Like, are y'all still together? Like, did he really get a vasectomy? Like, what's going on? Like, we don't know. But, you know, and when you listen to her music, like her first season when she was playing the guitar and Yandy was checking her out and all that stuff, it was dope. And now it's like, oh well.
And then that just like, why would you even want to partake in this? Like, you know, after the first season, and you kind of. But I mean, I feel like they're not getting paid that much to where it's
she
like
paying her rent in that New York City.
That's true. But I just feel like, you know, I don't. That's one person I really don't understand, because she's super talented, like super. She can sing her little butt off, but it's just like no one probably will ever know that because it's not focused.
And it's too much of this, like, worried about having a big butt and big titties. You know, that's another thing. Let me just tell y'all, stop it, okay? just stop it.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like, well, no, I do. I agree with what you're saying, but I think that for us, it takes people like us who are musically aware of like the talent that Amina has, or the talent that, you know, that I know Joe Budden has. It takes people like us to say, like, there's more to this than, you know, the drama. Who baby mama is this? Who doing this? Who doing that? You know, if that was like a initial intention of the show, and we recognize that it is possible that was what it was, you know, to bring, I guess, some positivity to what we are watching in reality TV, it takes people to have the conversation. It was like, okay, never mind that. I know you interested in whose baby you having and all that type of stuff, but like listen to this song though. Like, ain't she killing? Like, you know, right. I feel like it's conversations like that. Like I said, that me and my friends had with Joe Budden. We was like, oh word? Like, I mean, I already knew, but they was like, oh really? Like, he really spitting. So I think conversations like that just kind of got to get started. So then if that was an intention, like maybe it will move the artists forward. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So yeah.
No, I agree with you. I feel like what you're saying, like, have you guys noticed, like, after every break, there's a commercial that says, during this part, Kehlani's You Ought to Be There or whatever, like, was played. Like, her song is being used to be the soundtrack to their life, whereas why aren't you being your own soundtrack? Like, you're on Love and Hip Hop. Why aren't you singing?
That never even connected with me.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody uses their own music because they're not in the making music anymore. They're on TV. They're scripted. They're sitting down and having these moments so that later somebody else can be featured to play out their moment. Like,
I mean, I feel like Bianca kind of was trying to go for her artistry a little bit. Hi, Bianca. But no, like, cause you know, I mean, I don't know how real this stuff is, and I still really ain't listened to her music. But you know, like her really seeking management from Yandy, and Yandy really trying to push her and get her out there. And what was the thing?
Gwen Fest.
The Gwen Fest. You know, really trying to get her in competitions like that to make sure people hear her songs, cause she's still chicken noodle soup. That's all we know. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like some people are looking like they legit trying. A little bit. Some of them.
I agree. Her storyline is pretty much focused on the music, other than when, you know, she get into it with BBOD.
So collectively, I hate you.
I already know
we don't feel that reality TV is a good thing. Is that?
Well, I don't think Love and Hip Hop is a good thing.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think it's good for us to watch. I mean, it's entertainment. I don't think that it's...
My DVR records every episode, every city, every season. So I'm watching it. Like, I'm sorry. It's hilarious. But there's some stuff that's just a little inappropriate.
Would you do it?
No.
Hell no.
Like, no. Absolutely not. I would definitely have a reality show, but I would have it more like the Braxton Sisters.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't mean Love and Hip Hop specifically. I meant like, would you have, like, if, like, for example, if somebody was to come to us right now and be like, we want y'all to be on a reality TV show, like, so this is a question for everybody. Would you say yes or would you say no?
Okay, this is the problem with reality TV, is it starts off very innocent. Like you really want to just be on here to promote yourself, but you get caught up in the fact that people are now knowing you. You have fans now, you making money, you got cameras traveling with you. And so a lot of times that can make you like forget about the real purpose of it. So I would do it if I could remain genuine to who I really am with the same viewers. But if it like ever started to change me, I'm gonna need somebody to tell me like, you doing too much. That's not cute. I don't ever want to compromise my values or the way I feel about myself just to be famous on TV. Like I would rather just, if I'm gonna be famous, I want it to be because of the way I genuinely am.
Right.
So, Chris, would you do it?
I would do reality TV if it was right. Like, I just feel like it would have to be the right show. Like, if it followed my life and who I was as a person, or like, you know, I can see myself doing a type of show where it's like the come up, like this is this guy definitely. And he's trying to do this, and kind of just documenting my journey as I'm trying to, you know, reach my dreams. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that I kind of actually was thinking about this the other day. Like, would I do Love and Hip Hop? I don't know. I feel like it is a good. I mean, I think I would be a different.
You're not too dramatic.
You wouldn't less.
But I don't feel like everybody on there is dramatic. Like Willie from Love and Hip Hop LA. I feel like he's not a main. I mean, he was at the reunion though.
He was at the reunion, but he may not be the next season. He's not. It was nothing. I mean, he had his little story about his wife wanting to go back into stripping because he broke. But you know, you're not
shady.
I know he is.
Hey,
That's
he was
what
They're
one of the
not broke.
best
They're
ones
running
in
out
Day
of
26.
money.
Well, they running out.
That's
so
debatable.
if you can't,
That's
What?
debatable.
You don't think he was? I'm sorry, Imani. You don't think he was one of the best ones in Day 26?
I thought the big boy. What was his name?
Mike.
I
Yeah.
definitely feel like it was. We're getting so off topic, but I'm gonna get
sorry.
mine. I feel like
just had
I
to.
definitely
It's
feel like
reality
it was
TV.
Mike. That is true. I definitely feel like it was Mike. Q. Robert was dope.
Robert
Which one was
de-
Robert again?
Robert
He had all
was
the
the one
he had all the
who had
runs.
the girlfriend.
His
Oh yeah,
tone
he had
was
all
like-
the runs.
But I mean,
Yeah, he had the. Or no, that was during
No,
that was
Don
during
and Q.
making a band.
Don
That
and
was
Q.
Don and Q. That's
oh Don and Q.
Don and Q.
Yeah, I
I
feel like
can't.
I feel like the least was what's this with braids?
What was their song again? Please let us sing this song real quick.
Exclusive?
That's what you talking
No,
about?
Are you
the
talking
first
about
song.
exclusive?
I want you exclusive. But what was the other song? They had a fast song, kinda. Run
you
into.
You talking about Day 26?
That's exclusive.
Oh, that is.
Okay.
I feel like they were they were definitely a great R&B band.
Why they only had one hit?
They were
They didn't
great.
have
They're
one
like
hit.
two.
They had
Man,
Since you been gone.
That Got Me Going was
Yeah.
they
Got Me Going,
single
yeah.
from the second album.
But what happened?
Diddy
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 happen.
never last. None of his groups. If you ever have an opportunity to sign with Bad Boy, don't do it.
No shade, but did
No
it happen?
shade, but don't do it. Yeah.
Faye lasted soon as
She didn't last on Bad Boy.
Oh, she didn't.
Hey, doesn't. But she's a legend.
She on Karen
Our
Clark
show
Sheard
producer
CD.
just said, "Well, where is she at now?" So
She's on
That's
Karen
true.
Clark Sheard CD. She trying to go gospel.
yeah, I mean, she's still a little bit relevant, but
Yes,
she's not on Bad
go
Boy anymore
there.
either.
Well, that was like 30 years ago now,
But I'm just saying, like,
or 20.
you gotta
Break away.
break away. Danity Kane,
Diddy
need to
Dirty
break away.
Money.
Diddy Dirty Money.
I
So-
mean, he was good at what he did. He was good at putting them bands together. Like I really was a supporter of Danity Kane and Day 26.
Were you a
because I
supporter
watched
from
their
day one?
whole journey. Yes.
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't agree with the band at first. I'm sorry.
When
The
they
orig-
picked,
Danity
when they
Kane?
picked,
When they picked, I
I
was
didn't
like-
agree either.
I didn't like how he was picking on what's her name? What was the thick girl from Atlanta? The black one?
Dominique,
Juanita.
No,
D
the one who
Woods.
actually made it. D
D
Woods.
Woods.
I didn't like how Diddy was picking on her.
I was like,
Towards the end?
No,
Once
there
they
was
actually
it was-
got into the
yeah,
thing.
when they got in the
He was
band.
saying she was too
Too
thick,
thick.
and she was like a size 6.
Yeah, she
Or
definitely
8.
wasn't.
yeah.
Whatever it was.
I didn't believe in the group at first. I
Yeah,
mean, they went on
I mean,
to
I
do great
kind of
things.
didn't either, but I didn't like Shannon. Was that her name?
Yes, that was her name.
She's from the Bay.
She
and
yeah,
the
she
blonde.
lives in San
Yeah,
Francisco,
she
doesn't
does.
she?
Hey, Shannon.
Yeah, she
Hopefully,
I was very
you should be a guest on the B side if you're watching
Yes,
this
you should.
interview.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Come clear this up. Come clear the story up.
through.
Yeah, tell us. Oh my goodness, that would be such a dope interview.
But
Is it in a dirty blonde now, you know? That's their new group.
That's what they're called.
I,
and Aubrey.
dumb
blonde. Oh,
Dumb?
dumb
dumb
blonde.
blonde. It's
Dumb
her and
blonde.
Aubrey.
Dumb, yeah.
Imani,
actually-
what's
They actually have some pretty cool visuals. The songs are I like their songs actually. So
Aubrey had a reality show. She had a baby, right? On
She was
Oxygen.
on what's the
Oh.
column? Celebrity.
she actually she had her own reality,
marriage
but she had her
boot
own
camp or
reality show
something
too.
like
on
that.
Oxygen.
Yeah, and it didn't last, but yeah, she had.
She got something done
R.I.P.
to her eyes, and they're like all.
She got something done to her whole body. Like
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't pay attention. I just every
can't.
time I watch
really
the show,
can't. I really
Marriage
can't.
Boot Camp, I would just be like,
you
why
should do
her
like
eyes
you should just do it
open
before
so
and after.
big?
Like just take a minute and just look at the before and after of Aubrey update.
Look at her eyes.
It's
They're
a
like
pretty
this.
big comparison. But
Well,
let's
there
leave.
goes
What?
Dumb
the-
blonde, yeah.
I'm sorry. The
Bring it back.
question was, would
Bring
you
it back,
do
bring it
reality
back, bring
TV?
it back.
You
I
said
think
that
I
you-
would do reality TV if the opportunity
All
if
y'all
the
would, so just stop
opportunity
it.
presented itself and it was right. I feel like I would do it. I mean, I feel like it's a great platform to. It's a. I mean, what better way to get yourself out there than to be in everybody's house? You know.
Huh? Come on.
person. So if somebody was to present me with the opportunity, I don't know. I really would have to really think about it. Especially if it was one like Love and Hip Hop where you're put into a situation where you have to be around these certain people. And I know I'm a very good judge of character, at least 90% of the time. And so if I don't like somebody, I really don't like you. And if you're talking to me, I'm going to be like, why are you talking to me? Or I'm going to try to avoid you at all costs. So if I have to be put in a situation where I have to be around somebody, or like Bad Girls Club where I gotta be in the house,
devil's a lie.
I gotta live in a room with these people, I can't, like, I would literally be the one that they would try to pick on because I would be by myself in a corner reading a book or something, and they would just be talking about me all the time.
Not reading
because I don't want to be
in the corner.
Yes,
in
the corner
that's the
reading
most
a book.
rawest like reality TV show though. Like I feel like out of all of them, I feel like that's probably the one that's the least scripted.
You done
I
lost
feel
your
like it used to
everlasting
be.
mind.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like it's real.
You
My
have lost
sister-
your everlasting mind.
They
They are not. That is not real.
I honestly feel like it is real.
I feel like I don't know if it's real. I know that my sister, she told me that she had signed up and auditioned to do, not my other sister. She told me that she had signed up and auditioned to do it, and they had accepted her, but they told her that she was gonna have to be a replacement. So it was like, but this was before anything was even shot. Like this was like how you already know that there's gonna have to be a replacement.
That makes sense though, kind of, sort of.
Most times,
That you
at least
overcast,
one
'cause
person
somebody's
is
gonna
going
go
to
home.
get kicked off because they be in there fighting. Now they got life coaches on there. That's how you know this stuff is just full of it.
Well, anyway, she said that she was going to have to be a replacement. So she said no because she didn't want to be a replacement because you know how replacements go. They're always terrible. And then there was another girl from the city who was a friend of a friend of a friend.
Ooh.
And they said that she was going to be on it, but they told her that she was going to be the girl that everybody had to pick on. So she was like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. So that's when I was like, I mean, I didn't really trip if Bad Girls Club was real or not before. But when they told me that, I was like, so they already know? Like, when they cast you, they're saying, okay, you're going to be the one that everybody picks on. Like, what?
Well,
Who says yes to that?
I think that's how most reality TV shows are, though. It's like we have to get a person that fits each type of, you know what I mean?
Right, but I feel like they would do that, but not tell you, like they would
I
judge
wanna
by.
let me know.
But like,
I can get ready.
That means that the other people are told like, okay, you have to pick on this person. It has to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So do they tell Jocelyn to act bipolar?
I think
think?
Jocelyn is just.
I just feel like
Cause she just
there's a camera, and then when the camera's on, you just like,
That's who you are.
I
But
don't know.
actually, Jocelyn, I think she really kind of cray in real life. You know,
That's the one.
I can see it.
Because I think it's a little bit more involved that's not on camera.
I think it probably is just her personality, because there's some people that are just crazy, but it's like I mean I find it funny. Some people who are really crazy, like I just sit back and laugh at them, and that's what I do to Jocelyn too. So it could be that she's really is crazy in real life. I don't know.
Let's talk about our favorite reality shows. Like, what's your top?
it's the 10.
Your top 10 like
Moments
in reality TV that had you like you'll never forget it. It could have been something from 7 years ago, but you will not forget because it was just like, dang, like.
I'll go first. Number 1 for me, I'm gonna have to go with New York at the reunion for Flavor of Love 2. That, hands down, was probably one of the best reunions I've ever seen in my life.
Replay.
From the moment that she walked out, it was like, I'm fabulous.
And it's fabulous! You shut the up. You should have been shut the up when you came in the house, because you yes!
And then when what was her name? The one that used to act black.
The white girl?
What was it? What was her name?
Bucky?
Not Bucky. Buck Wild. When she threw
Buck
the,
Wild.
when she threw the shoe.
Yeah.
And then Lala was like,
Buck Wild, you throw a shoe up here, but you almost hit me, and I ain't do nothing to you. So whatever feelings I got for her, y'all gotta still respect me, because I've been.
from her saying she was gonna back Boots up into a corner, we're like, what's your name, Boots? Like her personality. New York, I don't care what anybody says. New York was the best to ever do it. She like. Forget
even that
Nene,
show she on now on
forget
TV
Nene,
One.
forget
Oh
everybody
my God.
else.
Big
New York
Brother?
was TV One. We talking about
15 minutes.
15 next
something.
15.
Yeah. She still
Say
acting
inner
fool.
cry. Wait a minute.
I never seen someone cry with the tears not coming out, so I just want to make sure you're okay.
Because it's an inner cry, bitch. Now I'm crying.
Did you see that? New York is the best to ever do it. Like, New York, hands down, is the best one to do it. Everybody else is just an imposter. New York that's my number 1. What about you, Alexis?
So
She can't
mine.
handle it.
She just died.
It's an inner cry.
Mine is on America's Next Top Model with the Tyra Banks, and I believe her name is Tiffany. Am I
That's right, yeah.
Am I okay? So Tiffany, when she was like, "We were rooting on you," We were rooting for you. Yeah, I felt Tyra in that moment.
Learn something from this.
Something from this.
Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself. Because nobody's going to take responsibility for you.
I feel like that was scripted. Like, I don't know.
I
Tyra
felt
did
Tyra.
that. She needed an Oscar after that if it was scripted, because that she did that.
Agreed.
Like she did that. I mean, I felt that.
That was a great season. Do you remember when Rebecca fainted?
Oh my God.
She was like, I don't know if she was getting sent home or if she was getting a picture.
Oh yeah,
she was getting sent home, and she was like, I only have one photo. You know how she used to be hella dramatic. I only have one photo in my hand, and this photo represents the one who's going to become America's Next Top Model. Will it be Rebecca, the girl who? And Rebecca's just like, boom. Yeah, and then didn't she still get sent home?
Yeah. She did.
After I fainted.
She's sick anyway. She
But yeah.
After I fainted,
You gotta go home, boo.
What about you?
My number one, it was probably Tanisha on Bad Girls Club when she was singing the song with the pots and she was walking around the house. I didn't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me.
I didn't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me. Yes,
Wake up and was banging on the pots. That was just so funny to me. I cried, laughed, cried. I was out because I'm just thinking like it was just so funny. But then I just imagine myself like I would be so mad that somebody woke me up about in my sleep. But because I'm so goofy and I laugh at everything, I probably would have ended up laughing at her afterwards. Like, you know, I don't know. It was just so funny. And then now to see like there's like videos where people done remixed the song and turned it into a song.
Did you see the Fifth Harmony one when they were doing Worth It and everybody in the audience was like, I didn't get no sleep.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I didn't understand that. How did
I
that
don't
even
know
come
how, but
about?
it was just cool.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see
It
it. I
was
want to
pretty
see
cool.
We'll send you the video.
Please do.
Yes, we will.
It was
What
pretty
about
cool.
you, Imani?
Well, my top number one moment is off of my favorite reality show entitled The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Was 2 reunions ago, I guess that was 2 seasons ago, when Phaedra shaded Kenya. She read that girl like a book. I mean, demolished
book.
Kenya. I mean, Kenya didn't have, and Kenya usually has something to say, even if it's not funny. She usually has something to say. Kenya had to just act like she couldn't say nothing because she was talking. Kenya was so worried about. This was when, like, the season, I guess, when Apollo was going around saying that Kenya was trying to get with him at some hotel in LA or something like that, and Phaedra was like
running around talking about my husband and the father of my children, and she spends her weekends peddling through sperm banks, looking through catalogs to try to find a donor. Honey, you don't know if your baby daddy will be an axe murderer or a child molester, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid.
I mean, literally, no. It was so funny that you almost had to wait to laugh because it was like,
It's one of those where you just like,
yeah, you was stuck. But that right. I mean, I've never seen nobody. I don't even know how she thought about that. You know, like, how did you even think that quickly? Like, she is quick with the shade. Like, Phaedra is probably like on the top 5 list of the best queens of shade. Like, cause she demolished Kenya. Like, it was a wrap. Kenya couldn't say nothing, and I felt that. Like, it was from the heart. When she said that, like, it was. But yeah.
what about your number 2?
Number 2, okay, I think it has to be on the Braxton Family Value Show when Tamar, Tracy, Tawanda, and Trina, Trina, Tamar, and Tracy was singing to Tawanda about her and her husband, and they had made up this song like on the spot, and It was like,
Girls hang out in church. I know I'm getting in the panties. If you call me daddy, I know he getting in the panties. So daddy, 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 daddy. If you call me daddy, I know he getting in the panties.
if you call him daddy, I know he getting in the, but that song was hilarious, and it's so funny now, and now everybody's using it in memes and stuff, and like they added a beat to it, and like it was just hilarious. Like it reminded me of like me and my sisters, kind of, because we make up songs off of like anything, but that was hilarious. That song is funny. So yeah,
I have two, but it's kind of like the same show. It's R&B Divas LA, and then R&B Divas Atlanta. Michelet is just have you ever heard, you know how they do the little breaks in between where they be singing like in between the scenes, and everybody kind of does it, you know. Michelets, it's like like I don't know, it's like their confessional, like their interview, and they sing and like do like a little run or
right
something
before they're like
right.
they're seen, you know,
Right.
like if they're at Lil Mo's house, they're gonna show a clip of Lil Mo singing. And by the way, Lil Mo, if you ever watch this, we know you was singing "He's Able" on that confessional. She was like, whoa. But anywho, go ahead.
But yeah, Michelet did one, and it was just, to say the least, it was just interesting.
A smile is so wings of butterflies beyond the oh.
The way that it was just really funny. And then on R&B Divas Atlanta, do y'all remember the group Brownstone?
Yes.
What was the girl's name that was on the show? She was the lead. She was on R&B Divas, but she was in Brownstone. She played.
Oh, the
Vera
one with the
and Meet
dyslexic son?
Well,
Or her son got autism? The dark skinned one.
No. She was on the show. She was Vera and Meet the Browns.
She was in Meet the Browns.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't even-
she was
I
in
can't even
Brownstone.
picture 'em.
She was
The
in
show?
Brownstone. I can't think the group.
Or the movie. No, I mean like Meet the Browns. The show.
The play.
Oh,
Yeah. But
you
anyway,
lost me.
she was on the show, and you know how they had that
was
song
just
"If
singing
You
that.
Love Me." They got a reunion or whatever, and I will never forget when they sung the song for the group. I mean, for the concert. One of the girls, she didn't have it anymore. Like it's just.
Not hurt my pride if right now you decide that you are ready to settle down.
She had to hang it up.
Oh God.
She tried to sing the part and it just didn't come out. Hilarious. By far one of my favorite reality TV moments. What about you? What's your number two, Alexis?
My number two, it's a bit of a sad moment, I think. I mean,
Lord.
well, I'll just confess and say I do watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Yeah, I know I lost everybody in this room right now, but it's okay.
Sleep.
So, I guess the Kardashians were in like Cabo or somewhere, and Kim, this is when she was married to husband number
Humphries.
87.
3. Yes, yeah, 87. That works too, Humphries. No shade.
Y'all so stupid.
But
It took me a minute.
you had to come with husband, right?
I did.
It's kind of sad. But she jumped in the water, and I think she lost her diamond earring or something like that. Or it was her $70,000 diamond earring that had insurance. Because I think her husband at the time threw her in the water.
Me in the water. I laid on the side of my head, and I feel my earring is gone. I'm pretty upset.
I had my diamond earrings and one of them came out.
Oh my God. All right, so you take this one out. Show me where. Just show
In
me
the
where.
ocean. I'm not going to find a
But the ocean is not that
And
deep.
so she's running around screaming like, oh, it's my ear. And her mom is like, well, okay, we're going to help you find it. Her husband jumps into the water to look at the bottom of the ocean for this earring. And meanwhile, Kourtney, my favorite Kardashian, she's like, Kim, there's children dying in Africa right now. Why you're concerned about your $70,000 earring you lost? Why
did she wear it in the water?
That's a good question.
Okay.
Well, he pushed her, right?
Right, he did push her. But who, I just, no comment, no words.
Ditsy.
Kardashian problems. What's your next moment?
Trying to think of my number two. I don't watch too much reality TV. I know that I laughed at so many different things in the past, but it's been so long since I actually tuned in. I would say a number two for me was when, I don't even remember her name, but I know y'all do. on Flavor of Love when it was Safari. Was her name Safari? And she was sitting there praying. She was
I want to give thanks and praise to our Father in the name of Jesus Christ. I want to give thanks and praise to our Lord in the blood of Jesus Christ. I want to give thanks and praise, glory.
Crack is whack. Crack.
You better be quiet for the Lord direct me to.
She was sitting there praying and cussing, and the girl was sitting in the corner just crying. And
I'll put her some lip tap.
I was like, who's she praying to? Why is she praying like this? And why is the girl still sitting over there crying? Right. It was her crying that was really cracking me up, though.
Can we just analyze that fight scene, though?
Get off me! Oh my God! It's totally not worth it. Get off me!
Oh, she was saying, "Get off me!"
Why you hit me with flowers?
But she was on top of her. She said, "Get off me! Get off me!" But she's on top of the girl, beating the girl up, saying, "Get off of me! Get off of me!"
Isn't that like day one?
That was out. That was
like
30 minutes into
after
the show.
they just got their names. They nicknames.
Safari in general was just hella funny. I remember.
Did she get kicked off after that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
wanted her to stay.
Did y'all watch Charm School?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember two moments? Do you remember when Monique was like, Safari, what is your name, baby? Safari. And then she goes say,
Safari. That represented something ugly. What is your real name, baby?
Safari.
Your real name is Safari.
I never got a nickname.
And that was just hella funny. And then y'all remember when Layleen was crying? The Asian
one.
And she was like, what did she say? She was like, "Don't talk about my child." And then Safari was like, "Oh, you mad, huh?"
I remember
that. She had I don't know. Safari was just one of the she was one of the best too.
Okay, this moment on Keisha Cole's show when they was in Oakland at their auntie house, and
let him use you.
they was arguing or going off on Frankie about something that she did, and she was trying to get clean. And I forgot what she said, but she ended up throwing that chair in the house. You remember that part?
I didn't see that episode.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. And I don't know why I can't think of what she said because I always relive that moment. But she threw that chair and was crying, and it was just hilarious. The way she just got so much anger built up in her, and she had no teeth in her mouth.
Oh.
It was just.
You remember that?
I do remember that.
It was hilarious. I don't.
What is y'all not gonna keep bringing up what I did in the past?
I think I remember this too.
Oh, then she's like, y'all said it, y'all said it, and y'all said it, and y'all not gonna keep rushing into my face. And that's when she threw the chair, and it was so funny. It was so it was hilarious. I didn't take that moment serious at all. I felt no sympathy.
Nefertiti. What was not? That's her daughter. Neffy was funny.
Neffy was hilarious. Hilarious.
She was hilarious. She had some good moments.
Yes. I definitely think that was 10. We got any more? Or y'all want to cut it at 10?
I mean, there's so many other moments, but we can
do this all night.
We could definitely do this all night.
So, have any of these people, has anyone from a reality TV show actually used what they had? I know we kind of talked about K. Michelle. I have someone who I believe has used their platform and built off of it and actually made a good name for themselves. But who do you guys know who has starred or been a part of these reality TV shows and they've used that to build their own brand and
actually your girl Tanisha? I would say she's kind of flipped it around. She has her own talk show now. She hosts every reunion. She lost tech weight. She looks real good.
I didn't even know. I think you showed me a
she
picture
got
of
married
her
too, right?
Yeah, but it didn't work out. But she's
on.
She be with Steve Harvey. She flipped it around completely. Look at her Instagram one day, and you just be like, oh,
wow,
that's what's up. So I would say her.
I would say, I mean, it's not one of the dramatic ones, but Jennifer Hudson definitely used her time at American Idol, and she has just gone so far with that. She was in Secret Life of Bees, and she has had like
Dream
2
Girls.
albums
Her first
out.
movie, Dreamgirls, with Beyonce.
Oscar award winning.
Yeah. Like all those things. Like she's made some really big accomplishments. And then, what's crazy to me is that I don't know, are they married now, her and Punk? I don't even know what his name is.
I don't think they ever got married because of something. Yeah,
they're just taking their
together.
Time
Yeah, they've been taking their time.
Well, yeah, it was just cool to me how he came from reality TV show too. So it was
New York.
Yeah, I don't even know what his run is. His name David?
Yeah.
Is it David?
Yeah, because honestly, it was so confusing to me because they literally kind of started dating right after that show had ended, and I was like, I know this ain't Punk.
It is.
I was like, I know that ain't Punk. Like Jennifer Hudson with Punk. Yeah. That's how I knew that stuff wasn't real. So,
well, what about you, Alexis? Anybody who? She's like, no one.
No, I'm like
trying to think about it.
Who? I mean, I think all those shows, like American Idol based or The Voice, like they build stars. Like that's what the starter of reality shows were. So I can't, like, I want to be like Fifth Harmony or Fantasia or those people are naturally they have God-given talent. So
talk to me.
Thank you.
Then don't talk to me.
So I think those people are just gonna naturally, regardless, like even if you win or don't win, they're gonna win in Hollywood. But
Agreed.
I can't think of like one person who's just like started on reality TV and like hit the big star.
Yeah. I think, is that her name? She was on American Idol.
Eva.
And
Eva.
Yeah.
Eva.
She has a TV show now.
Tamar, if you think about it.
True.
I mean, even though we kind of
knew
Tamar was a little bit known because of who her sister was, and her sister really blew up.
Like 6 times.
Yeah, but the reality when people started seeing how like, because Tamar needs her own dictionary because she created a whole different language, like a whole different lingo that people actually use. Yeah, yes, I remember everybody used to say that. You tried it. She did that. She did that. But yeah, anywho, lies, all of that. She created that, and when people got to see her personality, I think that opened up the doors for her to be on The Real, and it helped her promote her album. Then she got her own show with her and her husband. So I feel like that kind of helped her even more with her career.
So what do we learn from this conversation? That reality TV, it is bad,
hilarious. It's hilarious, if anything.
Or it can be bad, or
it serves the purpose for entertainment, definitely. But I think that if you go into it, with the mindset of I'm using this to, build my own brand and grow something from it instead of, because I think it might. If you have that mindset, it may help you keep your composure in moments where you might have lost it, which would then be detrimental to your future career or something like that. So I think just the same as us viewing, we have to watch it with a certain lens. I think the people there have to also, in a sense, have a certain lens as far as their own actions. So I think it definitely serves a purpose for entertainment, and it can be positive.
I think it's just a lesson in all reality TV. Like, whether you watch it with a lens, you're going to learn something. So I think reality TV is reality in a sense, and you're going to learn a lesson, whether good or bad, through it.
Agreed. I agree with everybody.
I think that people won't watch reality TV if it has no drama in it. Thank you.
Well, that's the B-side of this episode. If you guys have anything you guys want us to talk about in our next episode, please feel free to comment below.
Tweet us.
Let us know.
And just let us know.
DM us.
That
Goes
too.
down in our DMs. It go down.
One day it will, hopefully.
Down in the DM.
It go down.
So that's the B-side. I'm Cobbs.
I'm Imani.
I'm Alexis Rose.
I'm Lex.
And we're out.
Listen to the B-side.